Hello and welcome to Rocket Gaming and More. Today I am streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator one more time, and we're going to take off right now from Seattle and head towards Spokane. Let's see if I got some tailgaters behind me. Sometimes you'll see the see there's a airplane appearing right behind me. We're all sharing the same runway basically over here, so I don't mind that. Okay. Save some time. Alright, so let's see. I'm probably going to try to find Highway 90 going east. I'm trying to think. I think you have to go north from here and then east. So I'm trying to think which way I need to go here. Actually, let me check my little ordeal here. Okay, so I've got to go to my left. Yeah. I thought about going to Seattle too, and then or downtown Seattle, and then going east, but I've done that already in another stream, so I'm not quite sure I want to do that now. The eventual goal is I'm going to try to get to Cour De Lane in my next stream and Sandpoint, Idaho. So that's kind of what I'm working towards. Okay, and by the way, yeah, if you are watching, please also subscribe. And I plan on streaming a bunch of, a lot of tourist areas, like mountains, that type of thing, cities near mountains. And I'm also making some journeys as well. And for example, we started in Seattle, we went all the way down to Mexico already. So, so you can find those streams on my channel. So I need to get to the left a little bit here. There we go. So that's actually my pointer right there. So I mean, that probably would help. Now, if I can find, if I wanted to, I could actually just go across and find I-90 and then follow that north, but I'm thinking about doing that. Or I could just go across this way, but let me see what I can do with my zoom out here. Yeah, so I think this would be, this would be I-90 up here. So what we can do is, I'm actually going to go straight up north this way. So I'm going to turn the plane a little bit. And we're actually going to try to follow I-90 to going across instead of just going, across the mountains on the flight path. So the I-90 will take us eventually to Spokane. And actually, if you keep following, it'll take you across a lot of the U.S. if you want. So eventually, we're planning on doing that as well. So, but I don't know exactly if I do that. We're going to be veering off I-90 as well because Coeur d'Alene. Actually, I think that is basically off I-90 a little bit, but and then Sandpoint's north of there. But we're going to use I-90, maybe some other freeways going across, and try to figure out what I want to visit along the way going east in the U.S. because we've already done south, and so lots of places to go see going east as well. Been to Colorado already in the game, so that's another place we visited. Alright, so let's see, I-90 should be coming up here on our radar, and then we can head right when we find it. So it already went across the water. We didn't do that part. This might be it right here, I think, below us. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. Rocky Game Anymore. We don't guarantee a safe flight, but we hope you enjoy the view. Kind of came up with that silly slogan a little while ago after my crashes and stuff. So I've actually had a string of landings where I didn't crash. It was kind of amazing. I've had like 3 in a row now, so I'm starting to slowly get the hang of it. But I don't want to say I'm the expert pilot yet or anything. So as far as my system goes, thinking about maybe upgrading. I mentioned that in my previous stream, probably around the holidays, to get a 2080 and a i9 processor and whatnot, but we'll see. Kind of see, how much I keep wanting to play this game, and then some other ones. Pretty sure I'm gonna keep playing this one because I like to travel and see things. So this is definitely the game for that. So got a little of a lag going every once in a while here because of I got my settings turned up a little bit right now, but I'm okay with that. So as long as I can see some nice scenery every once in a while here. Okay, so here we go. I think this is I-90. I don't know if we're... So I know I-90 goes through Issaquah, which we may have already passed, I think, at the North Bend. Then you get to Snoqualmie Pass, and so I'm not sure how far along we are here, but and then you get to, I think, Ellensburg and some other areas east. So what do we have here? I don't know. Is it North Bend maybe? I mean, I don't really know what this is here. Let's see. I'm gonna take a look here. It looks, I don't know, it looks like it could be North Bend, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. Issaquah is a pretty nice place too. Although, let's see, Lake Sammamish would be, actually the lake, I think Lake Sammamish would have been behind us. That would have been that lake right there behind us, and I believe, and then Issaquah after that. So maybe that was Issaquah. I'm not positive here, but then North Bend would be after that. But now this kind of looks like, well, there's an entrance there. Let's see. There's a lake here. Houses on that side. I mean, that... Not sure if we're in Issaquah or where we're at here. Are we on the other side of the mountains already? I mean, I don't think so. We're not at the mountains yet, so... Are we? I don't know. Like, sometimes I'm flying so fast in this game I don't really know, and other times I'm like, okay, it's taking a long time to fly, so... Yeah, we haven't crossed the pass yet, so... Okay. Dang, this looks pretty cool. I just wish there was more. I don't know if I'm missing it, but I thought it was supposed to label the cities as you went along when you have it turned on. It doesn't seem to always do that for me, so that would definitely be helpful, though. I'm sure there's other ways to tell that stuff, but I'm not an expert on that kind of thing. Man, this looks pretty awesome here, doesn't it? Those are some pretty views, I think. And by the way, I am in multiplayer. I've got the multiplayer tags off right now. But if I had them on, you'd see, probably likely a ton of names around me and, in the distance and whatnot. But more so, it'd be more, obviously towards Seattle and the bigger cities. But okay, where are we at here? this looks pretty realistic as far as, because I live very close to Seattle on the east side, so so I know the views and everything, but I just don't know exactly where I'm at here because, you know, I started at a different point here, but let's see. Yeah, the views are pretty awesome. And this isn't even the best pass to go across. Like Highway 2 is actually better. It's a better view, like down towards Leavenworth. But this one's pretty nice as well. But yeah, if you enjoy mountains, that type of thing, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'll be going to a lot of places like this, hopefully. And hope you enjoy the journey here with me. I'm one that tends to fly closer to the ground, so I'm not big on flying like way up above the clouds because, you know, you think about it, it's like if you're into scenery, it's like, yeah, you can see things from way above, but you're not seeing the same level of detail. So one of the reasons why I like to go below, it's like I'm used to driving and I want to see the routes that I'm used to driving, only going by a little faster. So okay, here we go, right around the corner here. Let me check my VFR map here. Where are we? I don't know. Obviously I'm not following the straight route there. I think we go, yeah, Highway 90 I think goes south and then north. So I think that's what happens there. Eventually we'll appear in this section here. Bandera State does not really help me. That is some sort of airport, I think, but I have no idea what that is or where that is. Is that really an airport sitting right here? I don't know. Did not know that was there, but anyway. Okay. But yeah, I like the view going across here for sure. Yeah, so you can kind of see here the freeway. It's going to loop around to the left and then back down. Eventually we're going to go down here, I believe. And not quite sure. I think down here, it's hard to tell from here, but I know it goes north at some point, but I think that's further down. But yeah, I'm not following the flight path, obviously. I'm just following the freeway across because I remember the views and everything here. Obviously you can see views up higher too, but so on this side you can see I-90 going east, and I think the other side over there on the left is going west towards Seattle. Yeah, it's definitely nice views, I think. Turn that off for a little bit because it's not really helping me much anyway right now. Here we go. This way is this? I don't know where are we at here? There could have been Snoqualmie Pass, but I don't know if we're that far or not, but I think we are. Wow. Yeah, that's a cool shot too. But here, yeah, here's the the lake going across. Yeah, this looks pretty accurate. I mean, I'm used to driving across here every once in a while, but I remember this over here on this side, driving across. It's freaking awesome, I think. Just the detail in this game is pretty amazing, I think. I've always wanted a game like this. I'm in my 40s, so I've been through a lot of different games before this, starting out with the TRS-80, I think it was. But I don't know if that was my first computer, but it might have been. I know we had the Atari, 2600, all those things before too. But we had Tandy 1000 computer, something like that, and then we had Amiga 500s. I think it was maybe the 2000 after that. And yeah, but anyway, yeah, they had I remember all the old some of the old games. They weren't that great in graphics, but they were fun. I mean, I remember even like Hardball 5 on the old PC. I think it was pretty fun too. I think in some ways some of the games have lost that. Like a lot of the games are kind of repetitive. Like they'll just do the same shooting thing every time, you know, or you know, just a repetitive formula. Whereas games like this, I think, even though obviously you know, they've had sequel or what do you call it? I don't know. This is a sequel now, but anyway, the previous versions, they were obviously not anywhere, you know, as much detail, but also this game's expanded in so many ways because, you know, you got the whole world in there, so it's pretty awesome. So I think, yeah, games like this are definitely, I think, leading towards a future with, you know, could be pretty bright with games like this. So as long as they keep, you know, looking for ways to innovate and doing things better, I think that's always a good thing. Easton State. Okay, I don't know. Is it a city? I don't remember if there's a city named Easton or what is that. I don't remember what that is. Easton State is obviously an airport, but that's a pretty nice shot right there too. Just look at that view. I mean, all the trees there, the lake. That's pretty cool. Oh. Places too that people want, but not always able to do that. So I don't want to promise that. But anyway, done that a few times. But all right. So how far are we on I-90? So it looks like we're still going down. It's kind of hard to see this now. Yeah, so I think we go down and then at some point, does it curve up here? I should somewhere, but I just don't know where. It's really hard to see on here. So if I turn off the... No, I can't turn off anything. I can turn on things. There's the line map, which I don't know if that helps me here or not. Kind of, I can see it going around here, but I don't know if are we around Ellensburg maybe now? Could be. Yeah, I'm gonna keep following this and then just see if it starts veering to the north, because eventually that's the place we want to go, is obviously east first, but then north following I-90. So where are we at here? Could be still on Ellensburg. I don't really know, but man, that mountain crossing was pretty cool. That was Snoqualmie Pass, going on I-90 east from Seattle. Yeah, but yeah, if you want to see another view, yeah, go on Highway 2. Oh, there we go, Cle Elum. Okay, so I kind of know that area a little bit. So I know we're heading the right direction so far. Eventually it'll start getting drier. We'll hit the desert area, eastern Washington, which isn't as exciting, but it'll get us on the way to Spokane eventually. But yeah, now we're in that farming area over here. I remember this part, kind of climbing up a little bit on the highway. And I also remember there'll be like, I think, some windmills coming up. I don't remember where, but I know the windmills are the most exciting part, but yeah, it's hard to hold. Like the suspense that's killing us, you know. We got to see those windmills. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here. It's like American Truck Simulator, only in my plane, see, and I can see the entire world. So Pretty cool. We could go down lower and pretend we're a truck. They probably have some, there's probably some mod out there that lets you drive in a car. I wouldn't be surprised, because why wouldn't you have that, right? The only thing is the detail is much, it's not as good down at the earth level, so, but still pretty cool though. See a little overpass there, people getting on the freeway. There's all those windmills on the left I was talking about. That's crazy. There's a lot of energy, I guess, produced there. It's also loud, I think, but better than a coal plant, I would assume. Smell. Okay. So where does this turn right? Or turn north, I should say. It should be the left, I guess, but it wants me to go slower, but I'm on easy mode, so it doesn't really matter that much. And I could go down a little bit lower, I guess, but this might be, I don't know if this is a river to our right here, maybe. I can kind of see something there, but well, at least we're going east. Bowers, I don't know. Not sure what we're flying over right now. We're in Eastern Washington if you just joined, or yeah, Eastern Washington if you just joined us here. Heading towards Spokane. I'm not following the flight path, I'm following I-90 east, I believe. And I believe it's going to eventually start veering off to the north. Maybe coming up here in a little bit. And north is going to be to our left. That's kind of cool. Alright, so we are starting to veer a little bit further east, and then north. It looks like it's ahead a little bit. I don't think it was that way. That would be south over there. JKG Farms. I wonder if that's the place I'm thinking of, but probably not. But I remember there's like a big like fruit farm house, whatever it is, on the way to Eastern Washington. And it's pretty cool. Gift shop and that kind of thing. But I think it's like a kind of a big building that would be alongside of the highway at some point, but I just don't remember where that was. Okay, are we going to start to go north here soon? Or is that it on the right? Probably not. No. Eventually, if it doesn't start heading north soon, I'll just veer to my left and go towards Spokane, but we'll see what happens here. But yeah, it starts to get more desert area out this way. There's those windmills over there. I don't know if they're not rotating, are they? I don't think so. Kind of looks like they are, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe not. Some of them are, it looks like. I don't know. I'd have to like focus on them for a while to see if they're any of them are changing at all. But man, that's pretty cool. I mean, even the windmills are in the game. I'm like, wow. It's nuts. Yeah, I don't think they would be rotating them. They're not going to spend time on that, I wouldn't think. But yeah, it gets pretty windy out on this side over here. Let me see. I'm gonna put this on pause. Check my map in the background here because I'm wondering. Oh no, we're kind of veering a little bit, but oh yeah, I remember this part. Yeah, I think we're still going the right way because I see. Okay, there's the water. There'll be a bridge coming up here, and then it's gonna veer to the left if I remember right. It's a little dark. I could turn up change the time of day maybe. This is kind of another spot I remember here. Yeah, let me hit pause here. Try to hit pause here. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go to, I think up here. Put the time of day. We're going to go back to, let's go to 2 something. Okay, let's try that. 2 o'clock. It's a little brighter now. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and unpause. If I can, pause button is really finicky in this game. It doesn't work half the time. You have to press it a million times. Sometimes you have to click like in the middle of your screen. You might have better luck by doing that. It seems to help me, but I don't know. Could be just doesn't really matter. Maybe it just randomly works. Alright, so now we are finally going north. So we were going the right way. I don't remember the name of this river over here, but I know there's like a Grand Coulee Dam, I think, out here somewhere too, and I don't know what else, but there's a concert area out here. I forgot the name of it all of a sudden, but big concert area. It's a dam. And let's see. But Spokane is probably like well, it is the biggest city on the east side of the mountains, that's for sure. I don't know about compared to like Tacoma or some of those other ones that are not as big as Seattle on the west side, but so dang, this is pretty accurate. I mean, I've driven across here before. I'm like, wow. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, the terrain and everything is like, wow, really accurate from my knowledge here. I've driven across here like many times in the past. So we're getting maybe what are we, maybe halfway, over halfway to Spokane. What is this down below? I don't know. Just farms, I guess. Still following I-90. But yeah, if you just join me, yeah, please also subscribe. I stream a lot of mountain type areas I mentioned before in my previous streams, lakes, tourist cities. I also am just flying around like I'm trying to go straight from one destination to another, and if I stop, for example, in one spot, I try to start there next time and go on, but it doesn't always happen. But let's see, so I go straight off this way. Yep. But sometimes, like for example, I went straight from Seattle to Portland, and then Portland through Salem, Eugene, then through Medford. But before I went to Medford, I did a detour and went through Central Oregon. In my stream, you can see that Bend, Oregon area. Let's see, what am I doing here? Am I supposed to go right? I think so. Yeah. Sisters Mountains, Redmond, Oregon, Terrebonne, something like that. Smith Rock. Some cool places along the way. Central Oregon is really nice. Anyway, then I went down through Medford. Then I stopped at Mount Shasta. We did a video over there, the Redding area. Then down through Highway 101 to San Francisco. And let's see, from San Francisco down to LA, San Diego, and then I went to Tijuana and Mexico City earlier today. I skipped that part where it was from Tijuana to Mexico City. I just ended up starting in Mexico City because it's like a over 3 hour flight. So I'm not really familiar with that area. So anyway, did that. That was kind of cool. Mexico City was obviously very big, but it's even bigger than I thought. I mean, just flying around, there's just so many buildings down below, and I'm like, it makes it, you think like it's just amazing how this game is, that it's capturing all those buildings. Or at least, I don't know exactly how it's done, but I think it gets a satellite image and then draws part of the building, and then the rest is from the satellite image, I think, maybe the roof, I don't know, but I'm not even entirely sure. Even after reading all that stuff, it still amazes me how this is even all done. But yeah, the terrain is definitely pretty accurate from my experience driving back and forth here. I'm just like, wow, that's pretty awesome. A lot of farms in eastern Washington, so that's what we're seeing now. And then eventually we'll hit Moses Lake, I think, and can't remember what else, but which I went to Moses Lake last year on a trip, and let's see, and then eventually we hit Spokane after that. Actually not too far. I don't know. I can't remember how much 91 is, but I don't know, 91 NM. But well, they can just say miles, but we're getting closer. That's all I know. Yeah, I don't know what your favorite part of this flight was, but mine definitely was the going through the mountains from Seattle to Eastern Washington. That's really pretty and looked pretty accurate too. I was like, wow. So yeah, you can see that. It'll be on my channel if you missed that part. Yeah, if you subscribe, you'll see that. You don't necessarily have to subscribe, but you can find it on my channel. And once this is completely on here, I guess they can rewind it and look at that. But wow, yeah, I was pretty happy. So my plan is, obviously I'm going to go to other locations as well, but my plan is to get to Spokane and then probably tomorrow, or maybe, I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight. Probably might be tomorrow because I'm playing one other game too, but try to get to Cour De Lane, Idaho, and then Sandpoint, Idaho. And then after that, try to make my way east on I-90 going somewhere. I don't know where from there. Maybe try to hit some fairly decent city along the way over there. So never been to Montana either, I don't think. Well, I've been to the edge of it, but might even want to go through there, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, mountains and whatnot, so you know, I'm sure we're going to find some cool destinations along the way. But yeah, if you have any ideas along I-90, maybe somewhere around there, or even off a little bit from there, that's fine too. You can make comments and I'll take a look and see if that's something we want to fly over on the way. But eventually I kind of want to keep going east, you know, and just, you know, work on it a little bit every, it may not be every day, but you know, every few days or so. I might get excited by some other games that come out every once in a while, but simulation games, I always come back to them. So if you like those types of games, it's I'm a good person to follow. So yeah, I'm also playing Universe Sim. I mentioned that in my previous streams, so that one's coming out pretty good. It's that one, I've had that game for a while and it's still early access, but it's come a long way. I had it before it came out on Steam, and getting better and better. And they've got, I think they've got the modern cities now in there, and they just added roads, so they're starting to make progress there. And eventually they're going to be going to space on there, so you'll be able to colonize other planets. I don't know exactly how many you can do at one time, if it's just like one at a time, because you kind of, I don't know, the people start to manage themselves, or they call them nuggets, but they start to manage themselves after, what do we got here? So my left here, I don't know, starting to get a little bit more populated. I wonder if this is Moses Lake area. I don't know. Could be. I don't recognize everything, so it's kind of hard for me to know. I've only been down in Moses Lake a few times, but anyway, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, yeah, Universe Sim's coming a long way, and that's another one I recommend. Yeah, the people, like I say, the people start to manage themselves, or nuggets start to manage themselves once you research more and more things, and you get like a town hall, and then you hire different ministers and things like that. There's all kinds of disasters that can happen, like your planet could start going downhill the more, you know, they cut down trees and whatnot. So yeah, it makes it interesting. And then there's also random like disasters, like you can get comets, or I don't know, whatever they are, meteors and that kind of thing. So you can, I had one of my cities, like I thought it was going to burn down. I actually recovered from it, but I got hit from like 5 different spots on my planet, and there was like fires going everywhere, and that was pretty cool to see. I didn't expect that, but yeah, it's pretty fun. And then I'm gonna say, you start getting resources, like later on you unlock oil and you know, coal and all that stuff, and that starts you can make choices in the kind of power you're going to research. It only lets you choose like one option, I think, so you have to kind of make a choice. Obviously, some produce more power, some less, and the consequences and whatnot. But and then you can also use, like, you're a god in that game, so you can actually use your powers to, for example, plant forests, which helps, obviously with air, and you can, in droughts you can, which I didn't even understand in the game at the first. I was thinking, why, these people are going to have droughts. They don't have water, whatever. They don't have food. They're just going to starve to death. And I didn't realize at first, I can help these people. You can actually lift up like animals, drop them from the sky, then that'll be food for your nuggets. So anyway, that's the universe sim I'm talking about if you just joined. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. But it was more micromanagement at first. They've kind of, it started to be less, once you get in the modern era. But there's also seasons in the game, so there's snow and whatnot, so you got to deal with that. Your lakes will freeze over, so you can't get fish in the winter. So you have to kind of plan things out as well. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. So are we making progress here? I don't know. I guess we are getting closer here. I don't remember if it makes like a sudden north. We're not that far off. You can kind of see in destination there. It's like, when this is 68 something. So it is sort of, we are heading the right directions basically, but it's a little bit more further north. But I'm following I-90. And again, my plan is to try to go across, the U.S. I don't know if we're going to eventually do that or not, but I want to see, mountains and things like that, and lakes and all that on the way, and then some interesting cities along the way too. We've already gone south. I mentioned that, to Mexico. So now we're doing the west to east route, and then I'm also trying to squeeze in some things like the Himalayas, Mount Everest, things like that, separately as well. So not necessarily just a straight shot, but anyway, yeah, when I land and stuff, I actually try to start in that spot on my next time I play the west to east route, so makes it kind of interesting that way. So yeah, it's going to be a bunch of streams in order to do that. So yeah, we're pretty far in eastern Washington. This is mostly desert at this point on this part before we get to Spokane. Farms as well. But yeah, earlier in my stream, once this is well, I assume you can even rewind now, but you can actually, I don't know if you can rewind on live streams. I always forget. I think you can, but anyway, there's a really good mountain view going across from Seattle to eastern Washington, and we took that on I-90. It looked pretty awesome. I was pretty impressed. And I don't have the best graphics either on my computer. I've got it turned down to medium to high on some settings, but over here it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of farms and whatnot, but yeah, even with medium to high, it's pretty good graphics. I'm really happy, and I'm going to be upgrading around the holidays. As I mentioned in my previous stream, I'm hoping to get I could actually do it now, but I just want to save myself a little bit of money. But some sort of i9 processor along with 2080 probably. I might just wait till the next one comes out, if it's a 3080 or whatever that comes out after that, because it'll probably be cheaper at that point. I usually stay away from the newest model. I'll buy like one away from the newest model when I upgrade, so kind of helps. I remember when the 2080 came out, it was pretty ridiculous price. I think it's come down some, but I don't know. And I wasn't really in the need to upgrade at that point. And one thing I like to see that's happening now on PC is also sport games are coming back. So, there's Madden coming out. If you weren't aware of that, Madden's coming to the PC again this year. It was on Origin, but it's also coming on Steam. Yeah, of course, NBA, 2K, whatever. That one is a little behind, so they won't have the next gen in this year. But I'm willing to bet it'll probably be maybe next year when they add next gen to PC. But yeah, the online is always something else, because people, I don't play online as much, but people can cheat on PC and whatnot. But single player is pretty good. And then It used to be MLB 2K for baseball, but I think they're going to come out with a show um, within a year or two on PC. That's what I'm hearing, but I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. I know they're coming to the Xbox, and I think that's this year, I believe. But I've been holding out. I've always been a PC person, and I just never really um, jumped to the consoles because I was like, why should I just buy a console for 1 or 2 games? But even I have the money, I'm pretty stubborn about that kind of stuff. So, and I like simulation games mostly anyway. But another good game, if you're a sports person, is try to think about the name. I forget off the top of my head, but there's a good baseball game. Is it Super Mega Baseball 3 or something? I can't remember the name. I think it's 3 or something like that. But that one was a lot of fun too. Um, there's also RBI baseball, but that's not, in my opinion, that's not as good. But at least it has a major leagues on there. I've got that one too. But the franchise mode is better on the Super Mega Baseball, I think. Then as far as simulation games go, I'm not quite sure what other good ones are coming out this year. I'll have to look and see on my on the upcoming calendar or whatnot. But a lot of times I don't necessarily register for all the betas and everything that come out. But if I see something good, I'll either register or I'll just buy it myself before it comes out on Steam and then just stream and play it. So like I did with Universe Sim. So okay, yeah, this is definitely farmy out here. I don't know, still I-90 I believe, but eventually we'll be going to the north here. But yeah, not as exciting until you get closer to Spokane, then it starts looking better. Best parts in Washington are, in my opinion, are when you go, well, obviously Western Washington's really nice, and with the mountains are huge. They're really nice. I mean, crossing it on the way here was awesome. And of course in Western Washington too, there's Mount Rainier, and Oregon's really nice for that too. They've got a lot of nice mountains, outdoor places you can go. So, and during the virus thing, that's been kind of my my escape, is going to like parks and hiking and picking other places, things like that. And then of course, playing games like this too. So, and I'm working from home too, so I gotta, at least I have that benefit. It's too bad everybody doesn't have that, but at least it's kind of keeping some income coming in, so that's good. I don't know what that proof field, I don't know where that's supposed to be, but I can't really Google while I'm streaming. But yeah, what is that over there? It looks like a white, I don't know what that is. Could be like a park or something. I have no idea what that is. Just natural landscape, who knows. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what my favorite city has been since I've started playing this game. But I really enjoyed. I streamed on my channel from, I think it was from Eugene south to Medford. That's a really nice drive, so I streamed that. But yeah, it's really pretty view going down I-5. And then of course Central Oregon, that was really nice too, so that's pretty close with that. And then where else have I been? We streamed Mount Rainier, Mount Shasta, the Redding area, and I can't remember whatever. We went to Sisters Mountain, that's in Central Oregon, and I went to Colorado. So went to saw the Rocky Mountains. So you'll find all this on my channel. Rocky Mountains, I got lost. I didn't really know what I was doing at first. I was sitting like right next to the airport. I'm like, oh, that just seems like it's too low. I'll just go the other way. And I was flying the wrong way, and it was like sitting right next to the airport. I'm like, and because Colorado, Denver area is so high already to begin with, I was thinking, oh, the Rockies had to be higher than that, and it's, Denver's already sitting at, I don't know what it is, like 5,000 to 6,000 feet or something like that. It's like pretty high up. So the mountains, they're still high up, but I mean, they're not as like a big of a leap as like if you live in the Seattle area and you go to Mount Rainier or something like that. I mean, that's like a 13,000 14,000 jump from you know, the area around it. So, but yeah, that was pretty funny. So yeah, if you're watching, please also subscribe, helps me out, and I'm going to be streaming in those areas I mentioned. But probably I'm going to be going east again and a little bit of north, but I'm going to be kind of trying to like focus on I-90 going across it, but I don't know if that's going to take me through all the areas I want to go through. So, you know, as I go I-90 east in different streams, what I'll be doing is looking for places I want to visit along the way, and then, you know, if it's off I-90 a bit, I might end up going a different route to go east. But I'm thinking, yeah, I mentioned like, yeah, Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, Idaho. There's going to be like my focus after, not on this stream, but on a future stream, probably either tonight or tomorrow. With maybe no commentary because I can't do commentary and everything, but yeah, I want to go through those areas. Those are pretty areas, tourist areas. So those should be pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, there's national parks, you know, along the way too. So hopefully I'll be hitting some of those. I'm more of a West Coast guy, so I don't know as much, you know, the further east I go. But so it'll be kind of a new experience for me, which is part of the fun. But you also have to kind of do your research. Like I do my research offline, trying to figure out, look at maps, and I'm like, okay, that'd be a cool spot to go, you know. And that's the fun part about this game is not, you know, it's not necessarily just a checklist. Like, you know, most games they tell you, okay, you do this and then you do that, and this game you pick and choose what you want to do, and then also they throw in some challenges. So pretty awesome. I don't know exactly where we're at here. Getting close. Oh yeah, we are. We're only like whatever that is. Don't know what that means again. I always forget NM, but 28 something away here. Red Fern Aerodome. There's a dome out here. We must be getting close to a city, right? I don't know. I assume that's a stadium. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with all the names. Red Fern. I don't know what point I should get landing gear down. I've gotten 3 landings in a row down, but I mean, I'm still like very newbie at landings. I've done a lot of flights, but I never really did many landings because I just didn't need to. Like in the most games, I'm into it more for the scenery. I'm not into it for, you know, flying 14,000 feet up or whatever do people fly up? I don't know, 30,000. I have no idea what they fly, but to me it's just, that's not as much fun as just going low and seeing cities and, you know, locations along the way. It's almost like I'm driving, going over the freeways, right? Because, you know, if you ever follow a freeway, you're kind of familiar with that view, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to go back there, only maybe a little quicker, right? So, but yeah, one challenge is, of course, you know, you get closer to the ground. You know, you may not find as good scenery in some places, obviously. Like you can, if I go way down, you know, the freeway's not going to be like super great looking probably, but even the, you know, the land in some places isn't the greatest, especially like Eastern Washington here. It's not, well, that side's good, but I mean like desert area. I mean, desert area is desert area, so it's not, may not be as, you know, on par with some of the other areas, but I've really enjoyed like the lake areas and the, and now we're getting a little bit greener here, but yeah, I've really enjoyed the views so far in the game. And this isn't even with the highest setting, so you know, right here is not the greatest spot to obviously say like, oh, this is the great scenery here, but you know, the water, and then it's turning greener now, it looks a little bit better. Alright, so I don't know like what point I should actually, I started trying to do aircraft, you know, air traffic control, but what is this? Cancel flight following Spokane approach, continue as planned. Okay, so far that's all they're saying. I don't really pay attention if they say like don't land. Most of the time it's like I land anyway because I have it on easy. It's not going to crash. I mean, it's not going to, you know, crash into another plane is not going to kill me. So, but I usually don't pay attention like, oh, you know, go on runway X or whatever. I'm not into that stuff yet. So eventually I'll get better and I'll probably pay more attention to that kind of thing. But I did actually manage to land and taxi to a place yesterday, so I'm like, oh, I guess I can do it, but but I've had more crash than anything else. So like if we, typically what I'm going to do is once we get to Spokane, we're going to fly around, look and see at the buildings and the places around. And then after that, then I would try to land, and then I would end my stream at that point. So even if we crash, it doesn't really matter because we've already seen the scenery. So anyway, that's how I kind of plan my flights. And if I run out of time, I just don't land. But you can save your flights midstream as well. So that's really nice. I've got a bunch of flights on here where I, saved them, and then I can always come back if I want to. But yeah, this game is definitely worth picking up, in my opinion, because I mean, especially if you like exploring. You can even, what we'll do is when we get there, if I have time, I'm gonna try to, I'll show you that, whatever that is, the expand camera, I don't know what it's called, but it lets you exit your plane, and then you can go around and basically walk around the city. Basically, that's kind of what you can do. So what is that? Flying Ranch. I recognize the name. What? Oh wow, nice. My daughter just graduated her first school, so she has a pendant as a reward. That's pretty awesome. She just tried it on for the first time, so.
It's really nice. I think we'll wear it on the first day of middle school.
Yeah, she's going into middle school this year, so.
Yes, I'm so excited.
And she's watching me fly planes and crash them occasionally. Well, more than occasionally, but
I'm excited for middle school.
she's already seen me throw fits about my laptop here. Every once in a while, my laptop, the last week or so, with the power would just stop recharging, and I think it's just because of a loose cable, but I'm not positive. I might have to end up replacing a battery, but yeah, I'm not really sure. So, but it is, I don't know, ever since I adjusted a little bit, it's been recharging most of the time, and it's full charge now, but I just don't know how long that'll last. So all right, and that's another reason why I might end up buying a computer earlier than the holidays, but we'll see. That looks nice. Right, sweetie. Okay. So we're getting close, but we're not going to land yet. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to remember where, I don't know where downtown is compared to the airport, so I guess we'll figure that out here shortly. That's kind of a nice view there, even just a little river going down, or whatever that is. River Lake, I don't know, something, but looks nice. Fairchild Air Force Base. I don't think that's where we need to go, but who knows. Spokane, looking for big buildings, but not as big as Seattle, obviously, but let me turn off the line map. I don't know if that's good or bad, but okay, I see some buildings, but I haven't been to Spokane very often, but let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know they have somewhat of a downtown area. From what I remember, there were some tall buildings, but maybe it's just my imagination, but I'm probably looking in the wrong spot here. So the airport, I could do is just look on my Google Maps in the background here too, and just see exactly where. That's typically what I do to before a stream, and sometimes even during the stream, I'll just pause for a second, look around, see if I'm off. Okay, it looks like some tall buildings up there, unless it looks kind of small further away, but that could be where it is here. It's also getting greener, so maybe that's a sign. They don't want the whole place to go on fire here, so let's get a nice view that way too. Alright, so what I'm going to do is get ready to hit pause somewhere around here. I don't know if this is the major part of downtown. It looks kind of like it is. But, alright, so I'm going to hit pause. Okay, there we go. So then, if you haven't watched my stream before, or streams on this stuff, you can just hit what you do to go to camera, showcase. It took me a while to figure this out, but then you can just put the drone speed all the way up to 100. Then you press X, and now I can move away from the plane. I'm not even on the plane. So you can use your, well, I'm using a joystick, but you can look around anywhere you want to go. I don't know how far you can go, but I was able to go pretty far. You know, Spokane's obviously not the biggest city in the world, but yeah, you can look for buildings, you can look for your house. You know, you'll see a little glitches in the terrain, of course, up, you know, down low, but I mean, not bad at all for a game that's capturing the whole world, you know, so I don't think we can complain about that. Of course, we can always dream about, you know, more, but I think they're probably going to be updating more in this game, you know, as time goes along as well. So look at that, I'm like on the ground literally right now. Like, I can turn down the speed and I'd be like walking speed or whatever. You can keep going and you can be like way far away from your airplane, I think, too. So, like, what is this? A bunch of trains lined up down here. I don't know. Looks like it. Yep. So yeah, Spokane's actually bigger than I thought. I was thinking it wasn't as wide as this, but it's obviously not like as many like high-rise buildings, that kind of thing, but still fairly big. So Feltz Field, I don't know. So I don't know what these are. What are these buildings down here? Industry type buildings or little offices? I don't know. Not really quite sure what those are. So we're looking over Spokane, Washington, in case you just joined. And I'm way away from my plane. I'm on my drone. And so my plane is frozen in the sky while I'm doing this, but the cars and planes around will keep going. So that's kind of cool about this game too. Another little thing. But you can do this kind of thing. Like when I was in, I did, let's see, was it San Francisco flight the other day? That was really cool too. Obviously, we're making our way east, so there are not as many big cities since we're going east right now in eastern Washington. But hey, we can even go down here and play baseball. I did this on my other stream too. So I could just get down here, be like, throw me the ball. I don't know, where's home plate? I can't even. It's like, I think it's like down. This is where home plate's supposed to be. This park doesn't have as much details as some of the other ones, but yeah, play baseball out here. Okay, you can get carried away. I mean, you can keep going wherever you want to go here. And I love that they included this. They didn't have to, because I mean, in a plane, I mean, you're trying not to crash, obviously, and then it's going by so fast. It's like you can't enjoy it as much as if you can do this. I mean, this is pretty cool. So anyway, I like the view way out there in the mountains too. That looks pretty cool. And then the river over here. I don't know what this is. What is this thing? Is that a dump? I don't know. I'm kind of curious what this is now. Is it a dump? Could be. And they got to dump something, right? They got to dump somewhere. Of course, next to the water, though. I don't know if that makes much sense, but you never know with places, cities. So yeah, what is this? Looks like dump trucks. So could it be where they're constructing something, maybe? Or they were constructing? I don't know how many years ago this was taken, but look at this underwater. This thing's underwater, but I mean, there's little glitches like that, but I mean, you can't really complain too much. Like I remember how many buildings they said it's in the game. It's in the billions, but and then all the highways and everything else. It's like pretty cool. I want to see what this is over here, though. I mean, what the view is over here, because that looks pretty cool. And I've seen some other cool views, obviously with mountains and whatnot, but yeah, I'm just in my drone right now, so not in the plane. And I don't have to walk all the way back to the plane either, so that's another cool thing. I'm gonna go swimming. No. Alright, so we're just jumping in here. Look at this. I mean, now the only thing I'm missing is like an avatar, right? Somebody's probably gonna mod that. I just want to see over here, and then we'll do the automatic flyback to the plane. It'll kind of shoot you. It'll kind of shoot you like way back over there too. So, all right, so let's do that. We're gonna go right down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit escape, and we'll see what happens here. So you hit, oh, not escape. Hit this button here, and then where is it? There. And just go to reset position. Okay, so it'll just like shoot you like way over here back to where your plane is. You won't see like high resolution obviously while it's doing that, but external, and then bang, you're back over to where you were before. Now I don't know where the plane is, I mean where the airport is. I guess it'll point me over there, but let's see. Alright, so we're back in our plane. That's pretty awesome. Okay. So anyway, yeah, not the, you know, best city in the world here, but I mean, still, just to be able to do that anywhere in the world, that's pretty awesome. I know they have like a, I think they had like some sort of call it, I don't know if it's a dome or something. I don't remember what they had. There's something over here, but what am I doing? Oh, my camera's all messed up here. Like floating the wrong way. This is just off. Okay, there we go. I fixed it, I think. Yeah, I flew by the Hollywood sign the other day in California on here. That was cool too. Alright, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Like, so what I figured out now, you can zoom in to your airport to see, alright, which way to go. Continue climb doesn't increase. I don't know what it's telling me to do here, but let me hit pause because I'm doing my co-pilot work here too. So I'm going to go air traffic control, cleared through airspace. Why is it saying that? Cleared through Charlie airspace. Let's see, Spokane approach, cleared through Charlie airspace. Okay, let me try this here. So this is Spokane International, right? I think. KGEG, I don't know if that's the one, hopefully it is, but we're going to try. So click on that. Here we go. This is what I wanted because this helps me. Cleared to land on runway 26. Yeah, there we go. Tune Spokane on. What does this mean though? I don't even know what that means. Okay. Alright, so let's see, where can I put this thing? That would be a sense to put it. I don't know. Okay. Alright, there we go. So we can now unpause. And I'm gonna put, actually I had to put my landing gear down. I don't know if that's gonna do it or not because I'm on pause, but we need to slow way down. Put flaps down, I think, here. So that's what I learned. I don't know if how I'm gonna do on this thing, but kind of little ways off here, but still might be able to land. But this might be a crash landing though. We'll see. It's all good. I won't complain too much if I do crash. And we've already gone through Spokane, saw Spokane pretty much, and we're gonna be doing Coeur De Lane, Idaho on the next stream. So if you want to subscribe, you'll see me doing that. I'm probably going. I was gonna say I'm gonna go. It'll switch to saying telling me I'm going too slow in a minute. Watch. Now it's happy with me actually. It's like you're doing okay now. Blue is good. But they also tell you to go to slow down like too early, I think, a lot of times on this thing. It seems like to me, but don't mind me, freeway guys. I'm just gonna land on you. Pretty much. Hopefully not. Yeah, the stall lady she wants to yell at me a little bit. Alright, should I turn off my engine now? Probably about now. Just don't put me in reverse, please, when I'm trying to land. Oh dear. So close. Oh dear. That was pretty bad. Wheels up, wheels down. I don't know what that one is, but that's probably something bad. Okay, I'm gonna hold my brakes down. Look at that. Alright, turn my engine off. Oop, don't reverse, please. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay. So, hey, well, at least we landed. I mean, I don't know what I got achievement for, probably because bouncing off the ground, they're probably like, well, that was really cool. This guy killed all the passengers. But anyway, we landed, and we're now in Spokane. And where are we going to go next? We're going to be going next stream to Coeur De Lane, Idaho. You can look that up while, so you'll know where we're going to go if you want. Might be doing that tonight or tomorrow, but anyway, that's east of here, and it's a pretty nice little city. And then we'll be going north to Sandpoint. I don't know where that is exactly in Idaho, but so east and then north for those two places. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe, and hope to see you next time so you can join me on the journey going east now. Have a good night.